Hey lovelies, you're welcome back to Reviews and Recaps. Let's talk about Kimmy going over to Melody's house to expose Fletcher for hooking Trish and Martell up. For those of you who kept saying that Melody was being messy, well, I hope you guys also see that Kimmy was being messy by going over to Melody to give her that information. Difference is Melody understands the assignment. You see how she didn't get irritated. She engaged with Kimmy, talked to Kimmy about it, expressed her opinion. That is what Kimmy should have done when Melody brought up Maurice's DUI. At the end of the day, you're on a reality TV show. It's time to speak up, engage. That's why you're on the show. If you don't want to be on the show, then get lost. And so I feel like this is a perfect example of how you should engage when someone brings you the tea. And I hope people are keeping that same energy and calling Kimmy messy for going over there to Melody's house talking about Fletcher, Martell, and Trish. Okay? Now let's get into it. But before that, if you're new to this channel, you're welcome. Please hit that subscribe button and turn on all your notifications so you know every single time that I go live or post on my channel. And everyone, thank you very much for your support. Please like, share, and don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Now let's get into it. For those of you who have not or do not watch the show, don't worry, I got you. I've watched it so you don't have to. So Kimmy went over to Melody's house and brought up that Chris allegedly hooked Martell and Trish. Before I get into that, there was one thing I noticed, and I wondered if you guys noticed. For those of you who watched the episode, did you notice when Kimmy asked Mel if she still hangs out with the Fletchers? And did you guys pre what Melody said? Melody said they don't really hang out, but they're fine. This is to say they don't even have that sort of relationship. We were out here thinking, they were cool and stuff. They are cool, but I don't think they're really friends. It's given, I know you in the community. You and I were closer in the past, but we're no longer, or we're not really tight like that. I thought that was really interesting because if you are friends with somebody, you will at least be hanging out with them, even if it's every now and then. But if you're saying you guys don't really hang out, then could I really say you guys are truly friends? Let me know if you guys noticed that, and do you guys feel the same way that I feel? Let me know in the comment section below. Anyway, Kimmy decided to be the bone carrier and talk about how Martell and Tricia met up in the first place. Apparently, it wasn't as random as everyone thought it was, and that Chris was the one who told Martell to reach out to Trish. My thing is, I feel like a lot of people are asking, why is Mel interested? Why should she care? Guys, are we serious? Do we actually have comprehension? Because I really don't get how you come to that conclusion that why should she care? I had a friend who I am still cordial with, and I found out that this friend of mine years back hooked someone that I was dating, in a relationship with, or any sort of commitment to, hooks them up with someone else. Do you think I'm not going to ask? Do you think I'm not going to want to check to be like, yo, because not that I care about my relationship with that ex. All I care about, how I should be treating you as my friend moving forward. I need to know if you did such a foul thing so I can know how to react and act next time we're in the same space, so that I can know whether you are someone that I should be picking up my phone to call, whether I should be calling you a friend of mine. There's no way I would be out here riding for you, talking about where friends were cool, if you are out here doing something as filthy as that. So I wish people will forget and stop thinking, oh, this means that Melody cares about Martell, and Melody still wants to be with Martell. That does not mean that. It has nothing to do with Mel being miserable. It has nothing to do with that. Let's not act like if you guys weren't in that same situation, you wouldn't be a little bit curious to be like, okay, is this person really my friend, or is that person only that person's friend? I think these things are important. Let's not forget, Nell had a whole fit about Melody not acknowledging her as a mentor when her husband was allegedly hooking Trish and Martell up. My thing is, Nell saw Melody Why didn't Nell give her a heads up and say, Melody, this is what happened. This came up. Chris assured me that it's not the truth, but just wanted to give you a heads up. She didn't do that. She wanted to brush it under the rug, sweep it under the rug. Yet, all she cares about and talked about was wanting to be seen as Melody's mentor. I do feel like Kimmy put a little bit of sauce on it in the sense that she was like, well, she felt a way about it and that they thought that Fletchers were glue for Melody and Martell. My thing is this, if you felt a way about it, why didn't you say it? Why didn't you bring it up at the open house when it came up and said, this is not right considering this, this and this? No, you kept quiet and decided to be a bone carrier. You don't like it when someone decides to carry your bones. Bring them in front of you to address. And this is the thing about when I say the hypocrisy of the castmates. It's really annoying because it feels like they do one thing and then do the opposite of that completely. What that gagged me is when Melody said that it doesn't matter, Chris was once a cheater, so the fact that he was Martell's mentor, she should not be surprised. Oh, that caught me. But there is some truth to that. Because if you see how let's think about Chris's pattern for a bit. Now, I know allegedly people are saying he's no longer cheating or whatnot, but he apparently cheated on his first wife with Nell, then also cheated on Nell. And then allegedly, I've heard in like the YouTube streets, people saying that he was trying to flirt with them online and slide into their DMs and all that kind of stuff, allegedly. So if any of that is to be believed, then what sort of things is he mentoring Martell on, or any of these men? I personally feel like Melody was well within her rights to feel the way that she felt about it. If anyone that I know had any interactions, I found out that they introduced someone, I would be thinking, so during the marriage, were you also doing this? Did you introduce Arian? These are the kind of questions I would be asking. Well, I don't see anything wrong in Melody choosing to ask that same questions or having the feelings that she had when she was talking to Kimmy. Now, I will say, Kimmy also decided to talk about Trish and was trying to gauge where her and Melody were. She also talked about how Trish said that Mel was being messy. You can tell that irritated Melody because she's thinking, despite the way Tricia has moved, she has been cool with her. And so for her to be out here talking about her to other people, but not saying it in her face, I'm sure that must be annoying. Tricia is moving like another Destiny. They will tell everyone the beef they have with you before they tell you. It's like, dude, get in my face and tell me what it is. Why do you keep talking to anyone who cares to listen and just saying anything or whatever about me? When you're in my face, you're all smiley and happy to see me. I don't get it. I will say I do love how Mel made it clear that Tricia was the one that brought her into the mess with the men. And let's be clear, Melody actually gave Tricia a check for the children, congratulating the children. This is the thing. All these people that came to the show, they didn't even bring a gift. Instead, I saw Mel brought a gift and she also wrote a check. This is the thing about people like Trish and Destiny. It's like, how do you fumble someone that is actually being kind to you? Like, forget the BS. Yes, we are on a TV show, we laugh, we do all of that. She doesn't have to write a check for your children. She doesn't have to do any of that. So the fact that she pulled up, did something nice when the others didn't even do none of that, you are dogging her. And this is the thing, for someone that says that she didn't sleep with Martell, she is behaving like someone who did. She's behaving like an ex who hates his wife, in my opinion. Because let's not forget, she was constantly throwing jabs at Melody whenever she got the opportunity. Her confessionals in front of people. It's like, dude, if you didn't do anything with Martell, why are you so pressed about his ex-wife? It's okay to not like the way that Melody was relating with you and Marquez. Then you could have called her out. You could have had a private conversation with her and said, Melody, I didn't like that. I thought we're getting on this, sis. I didn't really appreciate that. Instead, you didn't say anything to her. You ended it on a good note. And then you were out here talking to anyone who cared to listen about Melody. So it is very hard to believe that she did not do anything with Martell because she's behaving like someone who has beef with his ex-wife. And I don't understand why you would have beef with her, because she was not involved in the mix. You were the one cheating with someone who was married, and you yourself are married. That ain't got nothing to do with Melody. It was clear that after that conversation, Mel was done with Tricia, and I don't blame her. I don't think Trish should be someone that Melody should have around anyway. She lies too much. She's constantly talking smack about her. You can't even get the story right between her and Martell. Word on the street, according to Marquez, allegedly, is that she was messing with Martell, like full on. So if Marquez is to be believed, then all of this does not help Tricia's credibility at all. And that's how I would struggle to be friends with Tricia, because she doesn't speak up. It's like she's always talking through her teeth. It's so hard to hear her say anything, but it looks like she's going to be piping up in the next episode. I can't wait to watch it. I feel like she needs to pipe all the way down, and I can't wait for Melody to read her for filth, because she needs to be read. I feel like she's salty because Melody got her out here looking crazy. Remember that episode where Melody called her out and Melody was saying the math wasn't mathing? I feel like that's exactly how she's feeling. And she wants to retaliate, but it ain't gonna work. Melody is still gonna read you for filth, in my opinion. Now, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Did you feel like Kimmy was trying to be a bone carrier by going over to Melody's house to tell her about Chris and Martell? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, hit that subscribe button, and let me know what you think, and I'll speak to you guys in the chat. Thank you. Bye.